Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast.
This is a show dedicated to helping you become a better organist.
We're your hosts, Vidas
And Usha Motuzaitė Pinkevičienė.
We have over 25 years of experience of playing the organ.
And we've been teaching thousands of organists online from 89 countries since 2011.
So now let's jump in and get started with the podcast for today.
We hope you'll enjoy it.
Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Usha.
Let's start episode 719 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Kurt, and he writes, Dear Vidas, thanks for your newsletter and the advice and remarks for technical topics such as registration and daily exercises. My dream at the moment, as on beginner level, is to coordinate the pedal playing. It causes me so much power and pain to get the brain and hands and feet in the right moment on the correct key on the manuals and or the pedals. It seems this will be a long way to go and get the body divorced for the time playing the organ. What holds me back? First, my own impatience, trying to proceed quicker than needed or expected from my teacher. Second, to leave the flat walking to the cold church for practicing. Third, is to not have enough funds to buy an organ for at home and the space to install it here in my flat. So I hope you can follow my thoughts about organ playing and are of help for your new coaching program. Wish you a great further day. Best regards from Germany, Kurt. So to summarize, Osha, this long request by Kurt is that he wants to coordinate his pedal playing with the hands.
Let's talk about this first, okay? And then we can talk about other things.
Okay.
So that's a challenge that every beginner organist face. Because I haven't heard a person who would say, oh, it was very easy, right away from the beginning. Everybody struggles with it, some more, some less, but I think everybody has to overcome this problem. And I remember myself, I'm a right-handed person, so I had trouble playing and coordinating my left hand with the pedals, because always my pedals wanted to play with the same notes as did my left hand. It was very hard for me to separate left hand from the pedals, especially if, the left hand would be moving up and pedals would be going down. That would just tear my brain apart. It was really, really difficult. But, patience is the essence solving this problem, because you really need to work slowly and work patiently and work every day. And, if you are right-handed as I am, you need to pay more attention to your left hand and pedals. So you really need to work, if you are working on a piece, work in combinations, not play everything together. But learn the pedals first, then, your hands separately, and then, do right-hand pedals and left-hand pedals, and then put everything together. And especially focus on working on your left hand if you are right-handed, and pedals at the same time, because this gives you the most of a struggle. And everything about him playing, that also might be difficult, adding pedals. And if you are right-handed, then the trouble will be with your tenor voice, which left hand plays. And despite that I'm playing organ for many years now, still, it's quite challenging sometimes when I'm playing unfamiliar hymn. Of course, I can do it, but it takes some courage and some strength from my brain to, to tell my body what to do at the right moment. What about you, Vidas?
Wow, so much information, my brain melts. Not from Kurt's request, but from Osha's advice, because it's almost the same as I would say. Uh, what to add to this useful information? Maybe emphasize more patience. Yeah, as Osha said, but I will reinforce that at the end. Patience is everything. It takes 20 years to master the art, and afterwards it's easy. So for those 20 years you have to be persistent and satisfied with seemingly zero progress from day to day practice. When you look back, like 4 weeks from now, or 2 months from now, or 6 months from now, you will see some progress definitely. But day-to-day activities not necessarily give you that impression, and therefore you are probably discouraged and maybe not happy with yourself and want to skip practice. Let's talk a little bit about that challenge, walking to the cold church for practicing, leaving your flat and then walking. It's a privilege if they let you go into the church and practice real pipe organ. I'm not sure if it's a pipe organ or a digital organ, but still, if it has pedals, if it has a couple of manuals, it's a decent practice tool. And as long as you don't have anything else to practice on at home, this should motivate you, right?
Yes, and I'm sure it's a pipe organ because it's Germany, and I guess we still, keep the organ level at the churches and church music at a fairly high level. So I think it's a pipe organ. At least that's my my impression, but I might be wrong. But yes, as Vida said, practice is a real privilege. So enjoy it while you can. And of course, I know it can be really, really hard, especially during winter time if the church is unheated. It might be hard for your muscles, for your joints, but you still have to do it. And even if you have a very small flat, maybe you could, afford and to buy some kind of instrument, or at least like one keyboard and like pedal board, and to construct some sort of virtual organ for yourself at home. That would help a great deal, because now are like various models and different in sizes and many possibilities, at least much more possibilities than we had, let's say, 20 years back.
Yeah, it's very easy to go to eBay or to some platforms where people sell stuff, used items, and you will find many digital organs there.
Yes, because obviously you should have a table at your flat. So if you can fit, one keyboard to put on that table, and you could squeeze, the pedals below the table.
Yeah, and buy pedals and keyboards separately for now, right? If you don't
Yes.
have a space or funds to buy, complete instrument, even a used instrument, two-manual instrument. Maybe that's for the future if you are persistent, if you feel the need to upgrade later. But for now, you could spend 50 euros on a keyboard, another 50 euros for another keyboard if you want, two of them, right? And you can stack two keyboards by the help of books. The
Yes.
second keyboard could be higher, put on top of the first, but this further end could be put on books.
But even one keyboard is really good for a beginning.
Yeah, sure.
So you can even work, the pieces like trios on one keyboard. You just need to be creative, to.
Yeah. Yeah, and pedals, of course. Pedals is more expensive, but if you go to those places where they sell used items, you could find also used pedals, digital pedals, MIDI pedals for a few €100. Definitely.
And of course you have some sort of, computer at home or, laptop. That should be fairly enough because we also have like very simple and free programs, for playing the organ.
Yeah, and then you would need an organ bench. If you use organ pedals, then you would need bench. Again, used organ bench is probably the best solution for now, and I think that's all you need. Some cables to connect those keyboards and pedals to your computer, and then you can start using either a virtual platform called Hauptwerk. It's a little more expensive than Svelling, for example. Svelling is even less expensive. Hauptwerk produces more realistic sound. Svelling produces a little bit less realistic sound, but it requires less resources. So it depends on your needs and wants, right?
But it definitely, something that can help you to improve your technique because, you don't have to perform, I don't know, symphonies on that home organ. You just need, to build up your technique, and that would help you to coordinate your hands and feet really a lot because you could do it regularly every day, maybe even more than once a day.
And if you don't have enough funds to spare for buying those used organ parts, several €100 basically, up to probably €500 you could buy. You could buy. I think you can even find for €500 a used 2-manual electronic organ with pedals, but you could really look for it, search for it. But
Kurt said that he has a very limited space.
yes, so that's maybe not
why
possible.
I suggested him to buy separately pedals and a keyboard.
And if you want to save money, you can always skip, let's say, coffee in cafe or coffee machine. It takes a few euros, right? But it adds up if you have a bank account where you have a saving for that goal. It's not a terribly, terrible amount like for a car or a house where people save thousands and tens of thousands of euros or dollars, but several €100, anybody could start doing this, skipping things and saving here and there a few euros per day.
Yes, but I wouldn't skip my daily coffee. At least maybe not in cafeteria but at home.
That's because you have your instrument. You don't have that need,
I have other goals, and other things I'm saving for.
That's true. As long as you can afford your other things, you can drink your coffee, obviously.
But really having instrument at home saves you a lot of time and a lot of energy. Really, it helps a great deal. So think about it, and maybe you will find some solutions.
All right. Let's hope this was useful to Kurt and others who are in a similar situation. Please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This podcast is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online.
It has hundreds of courses, coaching, and practice materials for every area of organ playing, thousands of instructional videos and PDFs. You will not find more value anywhere else online.
Total Organist helps you to master any piece, perfect your technique, develop your sight reading skills, improvise or compose your own music, and much, much more.
Sign up and begin your training today at organduo.lt and click on Total Organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
If you like our organ music, you can also support us on Buy Me a Coffee platform.
Find out more at buymeacoffee.com/organduo.